come to the house of the Lord today, Father. Thank you for coming to worship space, glorify, magnify you, lift you up. We come to learn your ways continuously. Thank you for this lesson that's going to be taught. Bless me, speak through me, teach me all right now, Father. Bless our pastor right now. Keep him uplifted and strong. Thank you for his health and his strength. And he's not here to faith that, Father. Thank you for answering our prayers. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen. 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 Good morning to everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
As we go into this lesson today, it's basically a continuation on the first lesson.
Yes.
In a different aspect of form, but it's still a continuation. Last week we learned about an upside down kingdom.
Yes.
With Jesus who came as the light to straighten that out.
Yes.
And now today we're going to find out what a perfect kingdom is. Do we have any idea? How will we make the kingdom perfect?
Obeying His word.
There's no life and
Can we make it?
Can we make the kingdom?
Can we make the kingdom perfect?
we can.
Because the Bible do say, when I would do good, evil is always present. So
No, we can't make it.
We can't make it perfect, but he has laid out rules that
Yes.
says this is what the perfect kingdom is.
and the difference about his rules and our rules, his rules are just.
Mm-hmm.
Our rules only fit individuals, certain individuals, not all, not everybody, because everybody ain't governed by the same as our rules are.
So experiences.
His rules are permanent. His rules are for everyone.
Yes.
as he
Yes.
said.
Yes. To all generations.
All generations. And his rules cannot be compromised. Can't be changed.
Yeah.
And
They don't show favor.
We'll find out.
right,
Yeah.
no isms, no schisms. And also he won't bend, he won't break, he won't compromise.
Right.
He had to come in order to bring order to this world.
Kingdom. Yes.
Because the kingdom that was going to be set up, the kingdom that's going to be set up have rules.
Yes.
But teacher,
Go
look,
ahead.
let me answer this question. You just said something very interesting here. His rules never change. He don't bend, compromise, or do anything. But when we give rules, even in our household, we bend, we compromise, we adjust, we don't stick to it. And so that's why we grow up in the nature of atmosphere where we don't follow rules because we think we are different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excluded from that rule. My father is such and such. My mother is such and such. Y'all can't touch me. I'm a police, but I can do whatever I want to do.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
That was the upside down, and that's where it is. And this is why Jesus came. Because he had to come to set it straight. Now let's think about it from the time that the laws were set up until the time Jesus got here. Laws were changing.
Yeah.
Kingdoms were changing. You had kings start out good, turn back.
Right.
You had the ones that was religious leaders started doing what they were supposed to do, turn to a different sort. They became greedy. They stopped caring for the people.
Yes.
So those were the things that's not going to come into the kingdom of heaven.
Yes.
See, because the priests compromised, the kings were compromising, and so that means the people will follow suit. Yeah. Remember, if you was under the king, whatever he said was the rule. And people and feel their life, knowing something was wrong, but doing things wrong as well.
But even the apostles compromised.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into that.
We're
going to bring that out. We're going to bring that out. So our lesson today is going to be coming from Matthew chapter 5, verses 5. It's called A Perfect Kingdom. Coming from Matthew chapter 5, verses 17 through 18. Then you have 21, 22. And then you have 27, 28, 38, 39, then 43, and 44. Now, we're not going to do all the fill-ins, but we might do a few fill-ins in there because it's vital. Our golden text read, "Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill
his purpose."
Think about what he just said. How is it that from the time the law was set up until till now, you had the prophets, you had the priests, you had the the scribes and what have you, talking about the law. At no time did either one of them come and say they were able to change the law. Not one time did they ever come and say that I can do this with the law. You see what I'm saying? He comes and he says, I didn't come to change the law. The question would be, after all these years, who are you to be able to even make that statement? Remember, they say, aren't you Joseph's son? Aren't you a carpenter?
Yes.
How could you come and make a statement here in front of us, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the Sanhedrins, that you could change the law? Who are you?
Right.
But this lesson's going to tell us who he is, exactly who he is, and how they, the Pharisees or the religious leaders, were extremely upset with who he is.
And you know what, teacher, what's powerful about that statement? He ain't even worried about your law.
Exactly.
I ain't even coming to discuss your law. I'm coming to fulfill his father's law.
Yes.
Right.
That's why he's able to make that statement. For the reason, remember, he told his mother at the beginning, I come to do what?
My father's will.
My father's will.
That's it.
Don't look for me. If you was looking for me, you came to the synagogue. You came right there, because that's where I'm at. I'm doing my father's work. I'm doing his business. I'm taking care of his business.
Yeah.
Here he has to come set the record straight. Here he has to come and get the people on the right track. Remember, now this took place on the mount where he was given the Beatitudes.
Right.
Afterwards, he was still talking to them, to his disciples, but the people were around listening, and also he had the enemy there.
Right.
The Pharisees, the Sadducees, because they want to know,
Out,
who are you to be able to come in here,
right, and take our place,
and get the attention of these masses, not just a few people, the masses.
Yeah.
How do you get the attention of the masses and what you're saying? And you're a person that's supposed to be of lowly stature, but you speak with such authority.
Yeah.
It's frightening.
They ready now.
Yeah.
And not only that, you can imagine the Pharisees saying, he don't even hold our level in the way he dressed.
Exactly.
His appearance. We are royalty. We are higher than high. We dress different because we're above the law. And here you are saying that you're the law and you dress like them.
And he's letting you know right there what the attitude is and the mindset's supposed to be. Because based on what you said is how they was feeling. And based on what you said is how the people were looking at them. These are people of stature. When they come, I have to get out their way. I have to bow down to them. You know, I have to show reverence to them.
I got to rope off the street.
You know, Pope Johnson coming in town. You know, rope off the street. Get the security together. He's the highest esteem. No. Jesus came to set this stuff straight because he came low. He said, I come for the poor of heart. Remember, when there's the Beatitudes, he told them who was going to be blessed.
Poor spirit.
If you pour in spirit, you're going to be blessed. If you pour the things that you pour in, you're going to be blessed in the kingdom of heaven. Remember, our life is supposed to be based on and built on the fact that we're trying to get to heaven. Now, he said you have to have changed attitude last week, right? You have to change your character. You ain't going to come into the kingdom of heaven I ain't taking no mess off you. You know? You ain't going to come to heaven with, I wouldn't take that from what we call. You can't come in there with selfishness. You can't come in there for, he said you want you to come in there meek, humble and meek. How could you be humble and meek when someone's all in your face, all in your grill? How is that possible in this day and age? Because if you say you're being humble, then they say you're being weak. So he's setting up. He was setting the stage that had to change the mindset of a lot of people. Because if I'm the type of person, I'm not going to allow this stuff, but you tell me I have to allow it. I'm kind of confused. But remember, when it's all said and done, he has set the perfect example. Because what he went through the persecution that he went through,
he proved it.
If he went through that, you can handle somebody getting in your face. You can walk away from that, like you said yesterday. You can handle somebody not agreeing with you. That's nothing. Because the picture and the plane has been set. what's supposed to transpire. He wants a change of character.
Something never been before.
Right. You have to be told, let's just say you have to be totally opposite of what you used to be in when it comes to you being self. Because your whole mindset has to change.
Yes.
When we make the statement, what would Jesus do? You actually have to know what Jesus would do.
Yeah.
He would be meek.
Yeah.
He would be humble. You realize that? So now in here, he's going to tell us some things he wants us to be as well. It's a continuation, like we said. Sorry to take so long for my intro, but this is
set it up. Yeah.
we'll set up. So read for me the first. Well, we're going to go in the lesson outline, and the first one is the law fulfilled. Now we're going to talk about this briefly. Okay.
Yes.
Pastor B, you want to start those first two off?
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot till all be fulfilled.
Once again, he's standing before the multitude of people.
Yeah.
Multitude. Pharisees, Sadducees, and everyone else. And he makes this statement. Think not that I didn't come, that I came to destroy the law. I didn't come to destroy the law. And once again, the question would be, who are you that you can make that statement?
Right.
He's letting it be known at that moment. I got your attention. You've been following me all this time. You know exactly who I am.
Yes.
See, I'm the one that was sent here for this mission. I was put here before the foundation of the earth.
So accept it.
For this to happen. Because we know he knew my father knew that Adam was gonna fall, so it's gonna be my turn next. So I'm here. And I didn't come to change any of the laws that were set up.
Right. So man, you ain't got no complaint about
We
that.
ain't got no complaint about that. You see? That's why he had to make the statement. Because once again, the religious leaders was trying to figure out, who are you? Who are you? We decided that you're a person of no means.
Right.
We decided that you don't have any authority. We decided.
Right.
When we was bringing the law to the people, when we were telling them how to be, we decided.
2 generations.
Yeah. But here you are, you come here and you tell us you did not come to change the law.
But you change it every day. For
The
me.
man changes the law
Right.
every day. Man changes to make it be to fit him.
Right.
Man changes it. So here it is, God coming to tell you this is what's supposed to be. This is what he said. This is what it's supposed to be right here. I didn't come to change it. And then the next verse when it says that he tells him, I'm not going to do one thing different than the law says. Not one thing.
Yeah.
That means you can't do one thing simple. Different than the law. If you want to go to this perfect kingdom, you can't do one thing different than the law if you're going to follow the law. And remember, they tried to say, okay, well, I didn't break all the laws, but if you're going to follow the law in the natural, if you break one of them, you might well do the whole thing.
Right.
Because that's what it is. So this is why he came, because you can't follow that. But if you follow him, and you do break a law, you can repent, and you have to mean it from your heart.
Yeah.
He didn't say you got the right, to break a law. He said, if you do, God has forgiven you.
Yeah.
My Father has forgiven you. And I know he did because I'm the sacrifice. So when it's all said and done, you will be, redeemed.
Yeah.
But our heart has to be in what he's doing. So once again, he's not changing no law. We are supposed to live accordingly to what the law says, okay? But you have to have Christ, the Holy Spirit, to lead you through that. Once you accept Christ, you've accepted your atonement, okay? Christ, I know you died for me, is what you're saying. So now I'm going to live accordingly to these laws and these statutes that you have here. It's for my spirit.
Yes.
See, there's a spiritual law we have to follow. And that spiritual law leads us to do things different than the natural. That's why he says you can be humble.
Fight, yeah.
You know, that's why he says you can be meek. These are the things he wants us to be. For verily I say to you, not one that will pass away. And this is till the end.
Yes, yeah.
This is to the very end of time.
Yes, yes.
This is for every generation that comes after us, after our kids. You can't go all of a sudden now with this, oh, I was born this. You can't do that. The law didn't say you was born that way.
Right.
God didn't say you was born that way. It encompasses everything. Because if you're saying that, then you're saying God made a mistake.
Yes.
How many mistakes has God made?
None.
You sure?
None.
Because these people were confessing that they were this and that. What?
It's not possible.
It is not possible.
Yeah. What's the purpose of it?
You know? It's a God. He doesn't lie. He doesn't
Make
change.
mistakes, yeah.
And he don't make mistakes. But man compromises.
Yeah.
Start changing the laws. Start bending the laws. Start bending the rules. Start bending the way nature is. So you talking about nature, right?
Right, that's what it is.
You talking about the creation.
Yes.
God said when he made man, he made what? It was perfect.
Yeah.
He made man in his image. He made it
It was
perfect.
good.
So
Yeah,
what
very
what
good.
they-
Yeah.
What has happened is that man has legalized sin.
That's all it is. Because you're going against the law.
Yeah.
When we
That's
talk
all
about what
right.
happened with the lady that was brought before
Right.
before Jesus,
Right.
she wasn't the only one that committed the sin.
Right. Somebody was with it.
Somebody was with him.
Right.
But here's the thing: when he told them to cast that first stone,
Right.
every sin that they committed, some of them may have been with this woman.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
Right.
some of them might have been with her. That's why he said
That's
from
why
the
they walked
oldest,
away.
yeah, from the oldest to the youngest, go ahead, do your thing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
You know, because if you condemn her, you condemn yourself.
Mhm.
You see, and this
Yeah.
is what this is about. You know,
Mm.
there's a condemnation here.
Don't take the child away.
So yeah, the law will not change. This is what we have to keep in mind. He says, "I come. You see me. You listen to what I'm saying. And nothing. Trust and believe.
Yeah.
From the time I'm here to the time I leave, the things I go through, I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna go through some stuff. I'm not gonna say a mumbling word.
Right.
You know, you're gonna ask me some things. You're gonna try to put me on trial. You're gonna try to trick me up. But the word,
So,
it's gonna stay the same. Not gonna change. First is 21 and 22. Deacon Mitch, do me a favor, please.
ye have heard that it was said of them of the old time, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause, shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council, but whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
Mm. Mm.
Judgment.
Mhm.
Can't call nobody no fool.
Watch it. Watch your language.
Got to be careful of your language. And see, and here's the thing. The judgment comes from God.
Yeah.
So he knows your heart and your mindset when you're talking. Now, there are some things that it says here, verse 21 says, and ye have heard that it was what?
Say it. Yeah.
That what? One more time.
Kill.
You can't kill, right?
Right.
Mhm.
It is said that you cannot kill. Ye have heard that it was said of them of old time. Now he said, this is old time. Before I even got here,
Right.
you know, this is what you all been practicing.
Right. This is part of the law.
That was always, the law is out there. Now, there were rules, though. You could kill. If someone was in the camp doing some stuff that was against God, you bring them before the council,
Yeah.
and they decide
Stone. Yeah.
you're going to get stoned to death. Son.
Yeah.
But you can't do this on your own. You can't just say because that man,
Yeah.
he stole your some corn off your corn stalk and stuff, I'm going to kill him. You know? You can't go kill him.
Okay.
You can't, he owed me money. Since he ain't give me my money, I'm gonna kill him. See, this is what we facing today.
Yes,
what I'm
yes, yes.
People doing it for any reason today. I'm gonna kill him. He said what? I'm gonna kill him. He did what? I'm gonna kill him. And they're going out there doing it. Well, it says you can't do that. It was said today,
Angel judgment.
you know, that thou shalt not kill, and whosoever kills shall be in the danger of the judgment.
Yeah,
And the thing is, who said vengeance is mine?
God.
The Lord.
If you believe and trust in the Lord,
Let him have it.
vengeance is his, right?
Let him handle it.
He's supposed to handle it. When we make that statement, oh, just how you say it, leave it at the altar, or let go and let God, or I trust and believe that He's gonna bring me through this. Are you just saying that, or is it that you believe it?
Leave it there. Yeah.
Because if you believe it, once it's said and done, and you give it to Him, you keep on moving, no matter what it is. No matter what it is, no matter what the situation. If somebody done some harm to your child, or anything to your spouse or your sister, brother, if you say you believe and trust God gonna get vengeance for you, then you leave it there.
Right.
He's gonna handle that situation.
But judgment on himself.
We got trust.
But see, not only that, we have emotions.
Yeah.
We got self.
My God, emotion.
I can't let this go.
Uh-uh.
You did what? He
Yeah.
did what? Oh, we gonna posse up.
Yeah.
Because he got to go. She got to go.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation, we gonna handle this. You know,
Ooh,
we gonna handle this, you know. It'll be people with you.
right.
It's all about your mindset then. You're not meek then.
No.
You're not humble. You're not setting
They
an
don't
example.
read it. Yeah.
Because God said the same thing. Jesus said, I come not to change the law. Well, if this is the law that vengeance is,
It does. Yeah.
then why are you stepping into it? Because now you're trying to justify what you did. Based on my emotions, Lord, this is why I did that. Based
No
on
excuse.
the situation, you know how that affects me. You know my heart, God. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He knows our heart. He
Judgment.
knows everything about us.
Judgment.
Yeah. But see, now you put yourself in the judgment seat.
Yeah.
Because what you've done is the same thing that a non-believer has done.
My God.
Punishment would be meted out the same way.
Yeah.
The judgment
Yes.
would be. Because what kind of God is he?
Yeah.
He's a just God.
Yeah.
I can't let you get away with that, my daughter,
Yeah.
my son.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a believer. You're supposed to be setting the example.
Yeah.
What are they gonna look at me like I'm weak?
Man.
Look at what they did to Jesus. Remember what you said. What would Jesus do?
Uh-huh.
He would have took it, knowing that his Father
Will be pleased.
will be pleased. What you do for the Lord is what's gonna last.
So was the believer be judged more harshly than the non?
Most certainly.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
No better.
where's your example?
No better.
You know better. It's better that you didn't know.
Ah.
It's better than
Yes.
it's just like a child doing something wrong. You might punish him. Don't do that no more. The punishment is not that hard. It's harsh. But if you do it a second or a third time, you knew better. Now you're upset.
Job.
But that's why the oldest gets it worse than the younger
Yes.
one, because you know
You're in
that
charge.
they know better.
They know better.
And the believer is supposed to lead.
Exactly.
You can't lead if you're not following
You
him.
know how to follow, right?
Okay, you're not setting an example. You're not teaching, and you're not doing your purpose.
You're not showing a change. You're not showing a change at all. If you still
Well, the
revert back to
perfect
who
king,
you
yeah.
are, you haven't shown any change. Your witness has been watered all the way down. Because that situation should have been handled differently. It shouldn't have been the old you. It should have been the new you.
Yeah.
It should have been the one that made people say, how could you take that? It should have been the one that would say, no way in the world I would let that happen to me.
Right.
So you know what? Then that shows us when we say, "Don't let this Bible fool you. Don't let this suit fool you.
You fooling yourself.
You fooling yourself.
You fooling
Don't let
yourself.
this collar fool you."
Exactly. See, you hear that word?
Yes.
What's that word he said you can't use because that's a judgment? Don't do that. People are putting themselves in the way of judgment.
Yeah.
Because you're saying now, don't let this fool. That means don't think I really trust and believe God then, is what he's saying.
He says judgment.
Because this column It's supposed to represent God, right?
Right.
I'm his child. But if you said it's fooling you,
Yeah.
then now
Now
you
pack
think you're
every
fooling
week.
God. You done messed up. They messed up. All right, going on to the next one. But I say unto you that whosoever shall be with anger, now here's the anger part, don't go to bed angry with your brother or sister like that, but then also your adversary. Don't let him be angry with you.
Yeah.
Because he can get you thrown in jail. Because you defamed my character. You talked it about me.
Right.
You went on Facebook and said some things about me.
That's right.
You went through the neighborhood making up lies on me.
Right.
Now you're talking about you bringing me down.
Right.
And people starting to castigate me, push me to the side, based on what you said. No. So you have to be careful with that. If you have any problem with your enemy, you have to resolve that. You got to resolve that. And don't let I'm wrong and right be the reason why you wind up in jail. Because that's that pride. Okay.
And you know what? And see, today's lesson is talking about a perfect kingdom. And it shows you that our kingdom here is so messed up. Is because now they're saying that Facebook, all these social medias, you need a kid version and an adult version. Because when the kids are on the same version as the adults, there's some stuff they shouldn't hear or stuff they shouldn't be seeing. So now it shows you that we need to separate this stuff and what you exposing them to, you shouldn't even be listening to.
Right.
That's true. We, as the parents, the leaders, have messed up because we didn't put that separation in there. In the days of old, what happened if you came into a grown folks conversation? You got a back.
Yeah. Get back
in that room. If I'm talking,
the grown folk talking.
You don't interrupt, and you go about your business.
I'll deal with you later.
That's all it's gonna be. And this is what's leading. See, this is what it is now. You got all these grown folks, you got young folks, and you got older people thinking it's cute that your little daughter can come curse in front of your friends and people. It's cute that your teacher had to call and say your child is acting a fool in school. Acting up in school.
Ooh, man. Wrong word.
I said acting up in school.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what's going on. Like you said, social media, people, what they're learning, but what are they doing to deter it? Because now what we're saying, God said don't compromise. You're compromising. When you said it's okay for your child to speak back or talk back to a grown-up, in the time of old when they couldn't do that.
That is spiritual.
You done changed. You done changed. When you saying that no one can discipline your child, tell them what's right and what's wrong. That's wrong. You've changed. But you changed to the wrong. That's not part of a perfect kingdom. That's part of this depraved world we in.
Yes.
This is normal now. And that's a shame. Better keep moving. You have heard, so you are guilty of being brought before the council, which they can judge you, and you get in danger of going into jail. And it tells you that you won't get out until you pay all what you owe.
Yes.
Okay. Then it says, then it says, if you said thou fool, you're gonna wind up being judged by God. You're gonna be judged harshly by Him.
Judgment. Judgment.
Because now you saying that they basically saying that person is an atheist, don't believe in God. And you're lying on them. You can't do that. Verse 27 says, "You have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery."
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, adultery and fornication, they all the same. Who's guilty of that? Don't raise your hand at all. Nobody. Because we all have been guilty of that. At some point, some form. But forgiveness comes along when you ask God to forgive. So so this goes with when a person says, "Oh, I'm not kingdom. I'm not." When a mother or a father takes their son or daughter, takes their daughter to get some birth control, and tells their son to go get some protection, that is giving permission. I don't care how you look at it when you start talking about, I'm telling them to be cautious. No, you give it permission.
Right.
Because abstinence is the
That's-
pure way. That's what you're supposed to teach.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Right.
That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to teach. That's what you're supposed to show.
Yeah, you're married.
When if you find those items on your child, you're supposed to discipline them for it because they're not supposed to be getting involved. And then they would, well, what if they have a baby? Well, see, now you're saying again.
Get ready.
Do it.
So they might not be guilty of having a baby, but they're guilty of fornication.
Yeah.
They're guilty of fornication. And God said that's against the rules too. I'm not compromising is what he's saying. The lady that brought those, that was brought before Jesus was committing fornication.
Or you can do it in the house, but you can't do it in the street.
All of that, you compromise.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be. A man cleaves unto his wife,
Yeah.
and that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It was made. That's what it was made for.
Yeah.
What's not defiled? The bed is not defiled in the marriage,
Yeah.
but anything else,
It is.
oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that's when you do that, you're saying, God ain't gonna see us come on.
Right. And you right in the room.
He right in the room with you.
Mhm.
He sees it all now. But you believing that he won't see that act. Or
Or any other.
when it's all said and done, I'm gonna go and pray tomorrow anyway. I gotta go to church. You know, I gotta be at 9:30.
Repent.
So I got up until 8:45 this morning to handle this, go to church, do my shout on, pray, tell God to forgive me. Till later on I'll meet you on Monday.
Right.
You know, I can continue. Because these are the ways of the people in the thought, the mind process.
Yeah.
You thinking only that God is in your mind when you do stuff like that. You thinking that, I'm putting on my act. People believe I'm saved to the utmost.
Right.
No, these are rules and laws that God and statutes that he set up. And he said what? They are not to be broken. These are to be fulfilled to the very end. He's not going to give the person that started this with Adam all the way to the very end have to follow that same rule. Whatever rule was in place by God, they have to follow it.
Mm.
There is no compromise.
Yes.
See, this is why the world is in turmoil today, is because of we thinking that because a multitude is doing it, it's okay. God says it's best that you what? You be judged by me than by them. So they say you're a square. So they say you ain't got you this and that. Who you gonna at the end? They're gonna be judged just as easy and just as well.
Mm. Even worse.
Even worse, because now you've changed what?
Yeah.
What was supposed to be? I got to hurry up. You've changed what was supposed to be to what it is, because you teach it. When you teach it,
Yeah.
it's just like
You
we're saying
decide.
with the giving the children prophylactics and the birth control. You teaching them.
Right.
All right, so when they grow up, they're gonna teach the same thing. That's going against the scripture.
Yeah.
That's going against what God said. You know, you can't keep, you all you're doing is passing sin on. That's a generational curse if you're gonna keep doing that. You passing sin on. You teaching sin. You can't teach sin. This is why he came. He came so that we can have life what? More abundantly.
Yes.
More abundantly. And what would take it away from us when we start compromising to the ways of the world? Verse 28 says, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery
Already.
with her in his heart. And that's with anything and anybody that you're doing something that's not supposed to be.
Wrongful.
And you just, it's just in your mind. You when you go to bed at night,
Determined. Yes.
you think about it when you wake up in the morning, and you are determined to get this thing.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Let that
determined. You're not even thinking about God no more. All you thinking about is that fleshly desire.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going, ooh, boy, in your
Nice.
thoughts,
Yeah.
your mindset. You know? No, that's wrong.
Yes.
That's a judgment too against you too. See, because you're not, and it's a shame when you will come in church. You can't wait to get out of church.
Yeah.
So you can go commit this sin.
Yes.
That's in your mindset. That's in your heart.
Jesus.
He said, already in his heart. Remember that. When we come into the way of God, we're supposed to change our mind and our heart.
Yeah.
If this is in your heart, you ain't changing nothing. Elder Rice, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, could you read 38 and 39 for me?
Ye have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil. But whatsoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also.
How many times have you done that? How many times have you turned
I'll
to
do that.
Don't even come this way.
This is another rule.
Yes.
This is another thing we have to work on. This is another part of this process that we have to go
Mission.
through. You know, we have to be able to. This is the hardest thing, and this is why I was saying when we said we have to let God handle that. This is what this is saying right here. God is saying, I can handle that, but you said no, you can't, Lord.
Right.
When a person commits suicide, you know what they say? God, this thing is too tough for even you that I can't deal with. So I'm just gonna take my life. You know, it is not yours to take, because what have you done? You've committed murder.
Yes.
You've killed yourself.
Yes.
Is that against the law?
Yeah.
It's against the law.
Judgment.
It's a judgment against you. You didn't kill nobody else, but you killed yourself. You killed what? God's creations. You killed what I created, is what he's saying.
Right.
You took the life, the breath out the body that I put life into.
Yes.
You can't do that. We don't have the authority to do that. Thou shalt not kill.
Jesus.
On any level. You hear that? On
Yeah,
any level.
yeah,
Remember, he didn't, when Jesus came and he was talking to these people, all the things that was going on, he did not change anything what the law said. He did not change based on, okay, how you felt about this situation. He didn't say it was okay.
No.
He never said that. He said the law said. He said even with the divorce, you did that on your own.
Yeah.
Moses gave you that because of what? Because the hardness of your heart. At that time, people was like, oh, I don't want her no more. I want her.
Yeah, so I'm gonna divorce.
So I'm gonna go get a divorce.
Yeah.
And you know, man's law was a life for a life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You take one, you lose
Yeah,
yours.
it's coming up. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, there was also the rules that he said you follow the laws of the land. And if that was the law of the land, that's the judgment that you brought upon yourself. Because even now, a person could have committed murder 20 years ago and changed his life and been a pillar of the community and everything, but that law catches up with him, he's still under that law.
Judgment.
It's under the judgment, and the judge can,
Yeah.
if he wants to, sentence him. But he could say, the people could come to his aid. Oh, he's done this. Yeah, that's good he did that.
Yeah.
He changed his life. And if God has forgiven him, that's another good thing for him.
Yeah.
But right now,
Right.
under the law
The
here,
land.
he's still,
Yeah.
He's
That's
still
what
under the
tried.
law.
Yeah.
you know? And see, it's that kind of concept messes with people's mind too. Because that goes along with them saying, well, if I'm saved, why am I going through this? That's a reason. God knows the reason. You know? There are certain people went through things just because. Remember, Lazarus had to die in order for Jesus to get the point across. The lady at the well had to come at that time. The lady with the issue of blood had to have that issue of blood for that reason. So there are things that's happening for a reason. We don't know, but we're supposed to go what? Go along with it. Because if it's what God planned, if it's part of his plan, it's gonna happen.
Right.
Ask Nineveh, you know, or Jonah. Ask Jonah about that. He didn't want the plan to go through, but what happened? When he went his way, a lot of other people got saved.
Thank you.
We wrapping this up. So I don't know if I hit all the points, but hey. But I say unto you that resist not evil, but whosoever at smite thee on the right cheek, change it. Okay. Somebody slap you today?
Right. And tell them, go hit me
Hit me on this side.
Right. And it makes you happy.
Yeah. Somebody get in your face. I ain't whatever you say. If that, look, I'm not gonna argue with you. That's what you fine. Go ahead. Do what you're gonna do. Okay? I'm gonna keep it moving. Hard thing to do. Hard thing to do. And wrapping this up, ye have heard that it has been said that thou love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemy, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them, and and which despitefully use you and persecute you. I don't know about nobody else. These are the hardest things in the world, but these are the most necessary things to do for one to get into the kingdom of God, because he said there will be no change, not a dot or a tittle.
Yeah.
And he said, if I came and I did it, now with the stuff he went through, I know you can do it, because you're not gonna go through a thing as hard. Come on, count. As hard as he did. We're not going to go through that as hard as he did. So it should be easy, because he set the way, he paved the way for us. Thank you so very much. We ever want to come talk to us?